Hello, Renee Flamand here. You guys, I came off that last video and I want to get to the loneliness right away because it's really palpable this time of year for many, many people. And coming off that last video about reaching out to the narcissist got me to thinking about how big a role loneliness can indeed play in that course of thinking to reach out to the narcissist. Many times, and I've done it, you convince yourself it's for, like we mentioned last time, closure, or it's just to see how they are, and you're doing the benevolent thing at the holiday, whether it's Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. You're reaching out to check, you're trying. I think sometimes our loneliness can lead us into rationalizing reaching out to the narcissist to check on them. But maybe deep down inside, you really are feeling a loneliness and you're hoping this is going to be the magic time and we're going to get it right. And so you reach out, okay? That's what last video was about. But I thought we'd address this root cause of loneliness. And I'm telling you, I really just want you to listen to this because I do think loneliness is a state of mind. And somebody might, no way, I'm lonely, it's not a state of mind, blah, 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 blah. I had somebody once about, it was like a couple of years ago. They were so lonely, and they used the word lonely. And they commiserated about being lonely, and they wished to find a partner. And they did eventually, by the way. The end of the story is they did find it. The whole time I was talking to them, I was wondering why they hadn't told me this before. So I asked, why didn't you tell me this before? And they said, well, you're tough, Renee. So I didn't think you'd understand. And I wanted to discuss this today because the holidays often punctuate any loneliness you may feel. And it is true, I guess, that I can appear tough to sometimes because I don't feel loneliness. But it's not being tough, really. It's more I've truly done the extremely hard work it took for years to get, and you don't have to spend years, I'm going to try to encapsulate it in these 10 minutes, to get to this place of not being bothered by being alone. Not only not being bothered, I love it. I love it. I love it. And when I say it's a state of mind, what I mean is how you look at something can change the thing you're looking at, okay? Let me explain. When you grow up like I did, Rhode Island is a very small community. There's a lot of couples. People couple up. It's expected of you. You grow up. You meet someone. You get married. You have okay. When you grow up thinking a couple is the end all, it can make you get into relationships that aren't even worthy because you'd rather not be alone. Oh my God, can I please tell you how much of a mistake that is? I'm not even kidding you. I have to just say, of all the relationships I've had since I've been divorced, which was the end of 05, 06, right now, in 05, 06, so it's been 17 years. In every relationship I've had in that time, there is not not one of those that I would have dated a second time. And they all lasted 2 years, 3 years, 2 years, a year. Yeah, not a second time. Not a second time. Okay? So talk about misjudging. Talk about not having my eyes open. Talk about trying to avoid loneliness. Well, nothing makes you feel more alone than being with a person and feeling alone with the person. Right? I never feel loneliness. I'm alone. I never feel loneliness. I am constantly busy. I surround myself with wonderful friends, wonderful family. I'm always doing something. Now you might say, well, Renee, right there, I can't do that. I'm not going to be busy. I don't know, I don't have family and friends around me. I live in Alaska. Okay, so you need to figure out what will enrich you. What will enrich you? How do you want to spend your time? Don't think about how much time because oftentimes we get out of a relationship, we're like, what do I do with all my time? You look around, there's nothing to do. You don't know what to do with yourself. You don't know how to spend the time. What do you mean my phone's not going to ring in the morning? Good morning. What do you mean I'm not going to have someone to talk to at night? I never miss it. Where's my phone? Here's my phone. There's nobody calling me. Good morning, beautiful. I mean, I have great friends who reach out, and I talk to and see my family a lot. I'm very fortunate to have my 3 parents around me, and I'm with them a lot. I'm with my cousin, the cousin that you all hear about a lot. We go back and forth. She lives in North Carolina. I'm here, but we see each other a lot. I'm never lonely, though, even if I'm home alone. Even if I'm home alone for a week, I may not feel like talking to any humans. Try to get to the gym. I told you I've been doing that. But other than that, I try to have a lot of time to reflect and be introspective. And I want you to learn to gain from that. Do you know how much you can gain from that? Do anything you want. I don't care if it's read, knit, run, talk on the phone, binge watch TV. You don't have to feel that palpable loneliness if you start to reconnect with the value that is your purpose, your life. You might say, well, right now I'm feeling down in the dumps. I don't feel like I have. Why? Because you weren't with a person? The person that told me 2 years ago that they were lonely, I said to them, let me explain something to you. And I listed all the fabulous things they had going in their life. But I'm ready. It's been years. I'm ready to meet someone. I said, yeah, but you know what? I said, the universe didn't think you were ready. And let me tell you why. They had a lot going on in their life prior to this conversation. I said, you had this going, this going, this going, this going. I said, you think you've been ready for years. The universe sees you and thinks they've been ready for 2 months. Guess what? They met someone the next month. I'm not saying that's going to happen for you or that's what was necessary to heal the loneliness. I kind of wish that person healed their loneliness before they met a person, because I get nervous about meeting a person to patch up your loneliness. That's what led me to make the wrong decisions. Oh yeah, this looks good. This looks like a good idea. Looks like a good idea? Oh my God, none of them were good ideas. None of them. So now when anything is presented to me, hey, do you want to see this person, that person? I'm telling you, and you guys know I'm an advocate. Take your time. Don't jump in because you're lonely. And what does it say about me that I would not have dated any one of those people a second time? Well, it demonstrates what I said above. My conditioning was that I thought I wanted to be with a person, a couple, be a couple. What I learned about myself once I detached and spent the time, which is very vital, what I learned is that life is miraculous without a person. Hi, man. She just wants to be in her parlor, you guys. We have to just be in mini space for these videos while we're filming today. I feel like when you learn how miraculous life is and you stop and decide, what do I want to do? You might say to yourself, you know what? I really like being quiet. I don't want all the running around. Holidays are a lot of running around when you're in a couple. Everyone always has a function, a party, somebody's work, somebody's friends, somebody's family. I kind of revel in the fact that I can navigate my time and my activities according. Now you might say, well, that's kind of being selfish. Maybe, but no, I'm doing my path with other people, family, friends, whatever. But I only am doing what I truly 100% genuinely want to do. And certainly without that wrong person. I remember so many special holidays, and I know all of you have had them too because we've talked about it. I've made videos on it. Ruined because the wrong person was next to me. Ruined because they decided to blow it up. Ruined because they wanted to make me miserable. Guess what? When I'm alone, there's zero chance of that. Zero. There's no possibility that my holiday will ever be ruined, will ever not be peaceful, will ever not be in a fight. And you might say, well, Renee, what does that mean? You mean you never want... No. I love companionship. I love relationships. I think they can be fruitful. But unless it is, and I don't mean perfection, but unless there is a symbiosis, time spent, trust built, where you know you can enter into the holiday trusting that that person's not going to ruin it for you, unless that is present, I'm uninterested because I'm happy bouncing along by myself, and you can be too. I don't want you to convince yourself to reach out to old people and revisit old things that weren't good for you, that were toxic to you, because you're afraid of being alone. You're going to be fine being alone. I promise. And these last few years, every single one of my holidays has been fruitful and happy and full of laughter. And you can have the same thing. Please don't allow yourself to feel lonely and therefore reach out to form ties or reunite with people that weren't good for you. Your time alone is precious. Turn it around. Turn it around. Do a 180 and say, this is fantastic. You could play any music you want. You could go anywhere you want. You don't have to leave your house if you don't want. I know someone that won't leave their house throughout the holiday. Loves it. Alone. Loves it. Just give it a thought, you guys. Don't automatically be lonely because it's the holidays and you don't have a partner. That is the least of your worries. Health and happiness for 100 years to everybody. You guys, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.